It would. Okay, you ready to start?
Yeah. Yo, we in? We on?
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up? What's going on, everybody? It's New Mentality. We back in here. This your boy AJ. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've been in action. I've been missing the crew though. You know, we got some additions going on here, and but I have been tuning in. You know, just been, you know, just a hell of a time going on with hell of a fun time going on with my family and whatnot. But without further ado, I'm gonna go on down the line to my immediate right. Got my man Fresh Prince. No, my bad. I'm gonna be a gentleman, and I'm a introduce little sister. You know what I'm saying? Little sister off in the building. So glad that she's here. I just want to say my apologies for having you wait. New Mentality. That was not New Mentality for having you wait, and it won't happen again. So I just want to, you know, publicly apologize to you. How you feeling today?
I feel really good.
Good.
I feel a little bit better than the last episode. I feel like my nerves are a little bit more calm now. So
that's
good.
how it happens the first run. You know,
Yeah.
like ain't nothing worse than the first, but you showed up. And to my immediate right, we got the Fresh Prince of Cameroon, brother Doze off in the building. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Look well, you look well. And last but not least, to my far right, we got big homie Lou in the building. Big Papa, big teddy bear / grizzly bear if you get on the wrong side. For sure, how you feeling, man?
Let's get it in, yeah.
All right, let's get with it. We got some solid topics to, you know, throw in the air, to put in the ether, right? And you know, I think we're gonna have some fun with some things. Oh, shout out to brother Christian, KCK Snoop. He's out on location. You know, he's spending time with some family, but he tapped in with us, and you know, he's definitely wished he could be here, but you know, the show must go on, and I know he's definitely gonna be watching. So enjoy your time out of town, brother. Much love to you, man.
Right.
I want to send a shout out to my Uncle Charles and my Aunt Weeks. They celebrated their 58 and wedding anniversary.
58?
Shout out to them, yeah.
No, that's not by accident. You don't do 58 years by accident. That's something that took some work and day-to-day dedication.
Right.
Sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, Rose.
I asked the OG. They were celebrating. Him and his wife were celebrating their 60th anniversary. At the same time, my great grandmother was celebrating her 90th birthday. They like combined it all together. I said, OG, how'd you do it, sir? How'd you do the 60 years? He said, one day at a time, young blood, one day at a time. I heard that over a decade ago, and I just won't forget that. So.
It's the little things.
One day at a time.
Mm-hmm. That's the intricate detail that shouldn't be overlooked. Yeah. What? Any other shout outs? Because I'm definitely, you know, I'm giving my shout out.
Yeah. I just like to give a shout out to my family. You know, everybody that's helped me get to this place that I'm in. You know, I wouldn't be the man that I was today if it wasn't for y'all. So, and shout out to Ellie. You know, she's growing. So yeah, that's what's up.
That's nice.
Yes, man.
Yeah, for sure. You treat her like that's your daughter. That's dope. You really do. What's up, little sis? Little sis, shout out to anybody?
Shout out to my family at home. I also want to give a shout out to you guys here for allowing me to be on this show here, especially Doza, all the table talks at lunch. I feel like I've built up enough more courage to come on a podcast and talk and kind of, get some more information and learn. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yo, you were absolutely needed. You were absolutely needed. When I heard you was coming on, when I first heard you was coming on, I'm like, yup. You fit the description. You fit the bill. So I know it was nerves, but I'm like, you'll get over that. You just gotta show up. Just show up and just catch the vibe and catch the wave, and then you'll just go from there. So now you're here, and now it's like, yeah, we about to get some true feminine, like non-bitter,
He said
perspective.
non-bitter.
Non-bitter, yeah. That shit's important.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's too many women that's babbling on and like complaining about what's not going right, and like they not, something's not right within them. So like they a victim in everything that they do.
But there's some men like that too.
Word is bond. Word is bond. Yeah. And just a quick shout out, real quick. Like to give a shout out to my oldest son, Armand, Mandy Russell. He is committed to University of Central Missouri. Go Mules. He's just an hour away. He got a football scholarship, so he's gonna get into physical therapy, exercise science. That's what his major of study would be, and he'll just be an hour away from the house. So, we're gonna be on the road checking his games out, and he'll just be far enough away to, have his own autonomy. But if something goes down, if something shakes down, ain't nothing to get on the road. So, I'm super excited, for his signing that took place on Wednesday night, and the coaching staff that, it was 6 players that got signed to play, play football and, to go to school. So get that degree. Use the sport as the tool. Not everybody's gonna make the pros, but shit, this is about building relationships and putting yourself in winning positions. So I'm super excited about all the young seniors graduating this year. In addition with my to my son. So yeah, shout out, Center Yellow Jacket Pride. Yeah.
It's the next generation of new mentality.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you better say it. Children are definitely a reflection of you. That's one thing that I've learned when I was younger. It didn't trigger me why parents would be pissed that they would be called during work hours because their kid was acting up. AJ acting up in class, and I get my ass whooped by the principal's office. It's because your mom, your dad took off work, and they shouldn't have been worried about you. And now they gotta take the time out of their day to come and straighten you out. So like it just all comes to pass now. Like, yeah, like this parenting thing ain't easy, but it's learning on the fly. Yeah, it's learning on the fly. So I'm in for it. I signed up for it. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna move to the to some pretty decent topics, some pretty solid topics. We're gonna bring a word of the day. Like we're gonna select a scripture and read that off. Like, maybe not today, but like the next episode, like we're gonna have to make it happen. Just to set the precedent, because it's something like church that we having. Yeah, I feel like it's something like church and communion that we have.
Trying to get some better understanding of certain things going on.
Yeah. Yeah, and coming here with an open mind that's half the battle. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and top it off, with an uncomfortable but taboo, but much needed to talk about subject, and it's the impact of fathers in our lives. It's a lot of statistics that run through my mind, when it comes to the impact of fathers in children's lives, and what effects do y'all see? Anybody in any particular order? If y'all want to speak personally or speak, when it comes to friends, things like that. Like what do y'all think the impact of fathers are, or in some instances not having a father?
That's a good point.
Anybody can toss it first. Ladies first. Yeah, we gonna keep
They
on
gonna put
throwing
me
little
first every
sis.
time.
I mean,
Nah,
I'm not even
I mean,
talking
so-
about, yeah.
You wanna go?
Yeah, I can go. I would say it's very important to have a father in your life, whether it's your biological father or a stepfather. So my dad, my real dad, he's not, I would say that he's not, I know who he is, but he doesn't play a major role in my life. So I do have my stepfather, which I consider as my dad. And I feel like I can go talk to him about pretty much anything. And I look up to him. I've seen his growth, him step up, with a woman that has 4 kids. And, I've seen a lot, and I just feel like a lot of young girls, especially just even women my age, having that sense of direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know that this is the only man that doesn't want anything from you, so he's not going to steer you wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's very important to have some type of father figure in your life. And if if he's there and he's trying to give you any kind of information, you should listen.
Yeah, that's 1,000%. When did, if you don't mind me asking, when did Dad, your stepfather, come into your lives? What age range were y'all? Were y'all younger?
We were very small.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were very small. We were living with our dad at first, and my mom and my stepdad, they were living together. And my dad told my mom, I'm gonna say my dad, he told my mom, it's like, hey, you need to go get your kids. Go get your kids, bring them over here. Like, we're gonna be a family.
Yo, that's it.
Yeah.
That's them old school. Like, that's them, 60s, 70s, type of dads.
Yeah.
They bring, like, if they accepting the woman, they accepting the children too. Like, yo, y'all a package deal. I can't see how it can be successful any other way.
Right. Yeah. There's never been a time where he was like, oh, these are her kids. From the time we were this big and the time he had met us, these are my kids. Nothing different. So. Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, look how you referring. Like, you referring to him. You just said stepdad just to show us this wasn't my bloodline, but
right.
he enacted into your lives just the same.
Right.
Yeah, like the grounding that you were able to get. Like, I'm sure I know by example, he was a precedent on how you should be treated like
Definitely.
a woman. Because you saw how he treated your mom.
Yeah.
I'm sure he opened doors for her. I'm sure he, did those chivalrous things. And there's a lot of young women that don't see that. They don't know what a door being open for them even means.
Yeah. I would say by me still even just living at home and watching them, them being married and them doing for each other. So it's not one day, oh, I always do this or you always do that. Them both working together as a team. I still hear them laugh. They still have fun. And that's what I want, when I get married. So that's kind of what I go by.
That's a blueprint.
Yeah.
That's a blueprint that shouldn't be taken for granted, because not everyone had that blueprint of seeing a man and woman and their relationship and how they're able to problem solve and navigate through certain issues and laugh about things and cry about things and I can't stand your ass, right? One minute, then next minute, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. All the facets of love. Brother Doza, big homie Lou, y'all tap in. The impact of fatherhoods, or the impact of a father, or lack thereof.
I think it's very important because fathers help instill discipline in the children. And a mother will help the child learn how to treat other people, learn manners, learn how to handle certain situations. But a father, at some point, whenever he gets hold of his son, to start teaching him and grooming him, they kind of help shape the child and his future. And I think a lot of things that we see going on in our community stems from the lack of fatherhood. So we have a lot of dysfunction as far as how men relate to women, and as far as how men relate to men, and in that sense of how they get along and the way they treat each other, comes from the fact that there wasn't that man to teach the young boy how to handle himself, how to carry himself. So it definitely plays a big role. I had my father for a large part of my childhood, and that was the main time that I had to spend with him. But even in that time, I still learned a lot about his character. I saw the good, I saw the bad, but it gave me some type of direction, even if it may not have been everything that I needed to learn, it gave me some type of direction to head a specific way. So even that little time, had a big impact on my life. So
Yeah, but you were given a template. However many years, he made the impact, and especially at the younger stage, like the age gap between, the first 6 years of our lives is when we absorb the most, is when we learn and pick up the most. It's quite frankly, we're the most moldable, just based on how our frequency, how our theta brainwaves are going at the time. So like everything is imagination, and like I think it's the most important time.
mm-hmm.
It's the time to brainwash a child, whether they'll be a champion or whether they'll be a chump, whether they'll be a victor or whether they'll be a victim.
And then to also add that, as I grew up, being around my father, one thing that I did notice is that he was very consistent. So as men, you have to show up every day. You have to show up even whenever you don't want to.
Yeah.
And even if you don't show up on time, you still show up so that your presence is known, so you're still able to make an impact, because there might be certain situations that prevent our fathers from doing certain things for whatever the situation may be. But the effort to still show up and to still be persistent in helping your child develop, I think is very important.
Oh yeah.
So,
it sets a benchmark. It's times where I haven't wanted to get up in the morning, in the rising, to get to work because it's 10 degrees outside, and I know I got a triple sock layer up, double pants layer up, thermal jogging, thermal pajamas, jogging pants. But quite frankly, like, I have to be the example of what it means to have wherewithal. My sons need to see it. My 17 to 13-year-old need to see that.
Order starts with the man, with the man. And when he bringing order to his home, everything should fall in place.
Mm-hmm. It's proper alignment.
If that's me, spiritual. I'm basing that off of my spirituality. Order start with me, and if I'm bringing order to my home, everything should fall in place. Everything gonna fall in place.
1000%.
Order, love. If I'm doing everything a man that the Most High requires a man to do in his home, everything gonna fall in place.
And that's in segue to a later subject that Lil Sis tapped in. We ain't even gonna talk about it yet, but that coincides.
Right.
That mental capability. I ain't even gonna. It's no spoiler. We'll talk about it later. We'll get to it later. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, let's segue. Let's get. Where should we go with this? Impact of the. All right. I wanted to see if you wanted to change it, but you want to get right to it.
Nope.
Right to it. All right, that's what it is. Hey, y'all, we need to know. I need to know. You need to know.
I like to know.
Lil Sis. All right, yo. Are men scared to check women in relationships or speak up? Like, it's like a built-in question within the question, but I feel like it's along the same lines. Are men scared to speak up or put their woman in check in times where it needs to happen? This is based off of rational relationships. Not no crazy goofy shit. We speak rational. Yeah. Like default healthy relationships at least as an example, and then scale up and down from there. Who wants to tap
Pick it
into
up
it?
again?
Are men scared? Are men scared to check women?
Yeah. I would say most men or most males are scared to check women because they think of what the woman can do in retaliation. So because they don't want to lose getting something or being able to do something with that woman, then they'll be quiet about a certain issue, or they'll let something slide, and they'll keep doing this because they don't want to risk, you know, having a woman say, "You're not gonna get this," or "You're not gonna be able to do this." You know what I'm saying? So, guys, because they don't want to lose out on that,
they're scared of the consequence.
They're scared of that consequence, so they put the woman's priorities or what she's doing above theirs. So, yeah, I think it's a very sad thing, but it's having a bad effect on relationships, and it's all bad.
Had to be talked about. Had to be tapped onto, spoken onto. Big brother, Lou, what do you think, man? Men scared to check women. Yeah, no. Are men? Got you. Are men scared to check women?
I got something.
You got something you want to tap into it? Give big homie a minute to gather it.
All right, so
Y'all here, little sis.
Read the question one more time.
All right, here we go. Are men scared to check women in relationships? You know, like, I kind of built-in question. Are men scared to speak up? You know, relationships.
I would say if a man knows his worth and he knows what he expects in a relationship, then he wouldn't be scared to speak up and tell a woman or his woman that what she's doing
Nice
he doesn't
correction,
appreciate.
by the way, his woman.
So I would say for the men that are scared to stand up and say, "Hey, I don't appreciate this," I would say that they don't really value themselves. I say you have to value yourself first before you get into a relationship. So you would need to know what you want, what you expect, and when you're in that relationship, or if you see something, then you should speak up right away. Because if you don't, then pretty much you're letting that person walk all over you.
Yeah, it'd be tough to get the get that control or get that complaint resolved if you letting it happen for like a year or like some kind of extended period of time, because like you'll be a new dude at that point. Like,
right, and at some point, sometimes some men, they get so bottled up to where it could be something very small and they just blow up. That's why a lot of times when I have an issue with something, before I present it to the person, I like to come to them in a respectful manner. So I'd rather think on how I'm going to present it to them in order to where it doesn't necessarily hurt their feelings or I'm not being disrespectful, and just speak on it. I mean, because if you don't speak on it, then
it's gonna callous up.
Right.
Like that, it'll callous, and like you just mentioned, it'll be the smallest thing of, like the dude getting pissed off because he wanted scalloped potatoes. He didn't want cheese and macaroni.
Right.
And like,
like
like it had nothing to do with them scalloped potatoes. Like it had something to do with, something that's just been weighing on your heart like for months.
That was that last straw.
Yeah.
That broke the camel's back.
Yeah, when you're in a relationship, you should be able to speak freely with the person that you're with. You shouldn't feel like there's things that you should hold back just because you feel like it might hurt their feelings. Or else you're not being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm not being honest with someone that I'm entertaining, somebody that that I'm in a relationship with, then I'm not being honest with myself. And you clear your head.
Yeah.
I gotta clear my head a little bit. So I gotta let you know.
Yeah. That friendship, that friendship, within relationships is vital.
Definitely.
It's vital. Like you gotta talk about things that may be uncomfortable, but it's not gonna subside being uncomfortable if you don't talk about it. It's gonna swell up. It's gonna be an irritation. It's gonna be an ingrown hair. You don't get in there and tweezers. You don't get the tweezers in that and like resolve that.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lump. You're gonna have a lump ball right now. All right, you get what I'm saying. With it, big homie Lou. What is it, man? What do you feel? Men scared to check women in relationships?
It depends on what type of relationship they in.
All right.
If they just in a physical relationship, he can accept a little bit more because he don't have to deal with her outside of their physical relationship.
So they just, they smash buddies.
That's it.
You're saying they smash buddies.
So yeah, you can take a little bit because at the probably in 45 minutes you're gonna be blowing her back out, and 45 minutes after that you're gonna hit the door and you ain't gonna have to see her again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So like from the control, I mean, like in regards to checking women, in regards to checking women, like let's make this like an actual, like we have a relationship. You know what I mean? It's not a smash and grab. It's not a fling. This is a full on, like this is a relationship that we have here. Our men, like, are they scared of consequence when it comes to times they have to check their woman?
AJ, let me also add to it. It falls in line with the happy wife, happy life rhetoric.
Yeah,
So
that bullshit.
Yeah, so if you always constantly trying to please your woman,
Mm-hmm.
then you're not gonna tell her the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna tell her what she needs to know. You're gonna tell her what she wants to hear.
Mm.
That's the problem. A lot of dudes want to tell women what they want to hear versus what they need to know. So
What?
It puts a woman in that position of
man.
looking of like authority over him.
Yeah.
Because now his moves and the things that he do is based off of what she does.
He appointed her though. He appointed her authoritarian. He did that. Like he handed the reins over. Yeah. That happy wife, happy life. That's the biggest crock of shit to me. Yeah. Yeah, like it's never fair well with me. Cause I feel like, if the man ain't happy, then like shit is in disarray. Like happy wife, happy life, that's making it exclusive to the women, and like it's just like a overly selfless man, and like whatever it takes. What you said, like, men are telling women what they want to hear as opposed to what they need to hear, and it's just a whole need to know. My correction, thank you. Pardon self, and it's one side is lopsided and it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. It's like you supplying all the blood to one leg and the other one's depleted. Like you have to cut that other leg off. That shit ain't gonna be no good no more. Yeah. Now, happy spouse, happy house. I agree with that.
Me making her happy should make her want to make me happy.
Right.
1000% organic. Yeah. It's like this whole dialogue, this whole screaming rhetoric of show and prove. Like where did this show and prove come from? Like who's like put strength behind that? You gotta show and prove. Who made the definition of it? It's just not a healthy definition. It seems like it's a generation of women that's like expecting, men to, show 90% for them to think about, coming 10%.
Well, a lot of women, they don't want to build. They want to already built. They don't want to start from the ground.
They want to destroy, huh?
They don't want to start from the ground
So you said
to help build up. They want to start right here in the middle. And
I think so, little sis. I think.
You think some
so.
women expect too much?
Yeah.
Without wanting to put in work.
Well, I mean, I feel like the man that pretty much chooses that woman, then he kind of knows that's what she's looking for. So it really depends on the woman, though. Because if a woman sees a man with a drive and he wants to do better and he wants to be better, I would say she would still take that on, and they could both grow together. And some women, they just been through a lot of hard times with men, and they try to help build men up, and now they're like, well, I can't accept anything less. So
it just seems like such a plateau. I know it's not an easy uphill battle, but it just seems like such a plateau that could limit that woman from the possibility of a great relationship.
Right.
Like looking for a ready-made guy already. Like he's already, like it's a build-a-bear, like a build-a-nigga workshop. Like he's already has the suit that you want him to have on, and like the occupation, the certain status. Like,
well, women are allowed to choose or want the man that they want. So
man,
even though that, like, I get what you're saying.
that shit can be at like phase 1 level. Like,
now,
it's
what
women.
if that woman is already on that level? And that's
Right.
what I mean. You
And
can't.
That's what she.
Well, in
Sometimes you
that
can't date
respect,
Well,
absolutely
she is
agree.
now, right?
In that respect, like,
Yeah, but no, if she has
status-wise,
nothing really, or she's not working, then no. But I mean, that man that's already established, he knows that that's what that woman wants from him, and if he chooses to accept her, then that's him.
yeah, he signed up. He signed the contract for it. Like, you can't go back 3 or 4 years later and like.
Right. Like, oh, you wanted me for my money.
You knew that. yeah. Like, she made that clear from the beginning.
And some men, they make money, or they know that this is what is going to get them the women. So.
Yeah, but like that's what can draw them. That that money and the toys can draw the woman, but like we were talking about earlier, like when it comes to like that first date or whatever, who's bringing the representative? Because y'all gonna find out, especially y'all women that know yourselves and know your value. Y'all be able to see, okay, this is a representative of a guy who I'm out on a date with, or no, this is really him. Yeah. He's a garbage collector, earning $50,000 a year, but he works unlimited overtime and he's planning on getting a dump truck. Like, for some women, that's not a good enough occupation for him. Like, just based on his status, like he's a garbage collector. Like, it has to be like a lawyer or, physician, just like an insurmountable occupation that a small percentage of us brothers are in.
I don't know. For me, I would say if a man is willing to get up every day and go to work, it doesn't matter where he's going to go work at.
That's practical.
Mm-hmm.
It's practical and it's uncommon, especially your age range. Like your generation. I don't know what's going on with them, sweetie. Little sis, I don't know.
Well, I say I'm, part of the generation, but I'm not.
Really love her.
No, you're not.
So.
Yeah.
If he really love her, he gonna make it happen by any means necessary.
Right.
Just because she with him at his quote unquote lowest.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Or she accepting him as he is. Take me as I am. Or have nothing at all, like Mary J said.
Yo, like with the capability of remodifying. But like that remodifying can happen amongst the both of y'all though.
Right.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, so I guess I gotta answer that. Are men scared to yeah. Yup. Men are scared. Men are scared to check women in relationships. I believe it's based, based on the consequence of her holding something back from him, or like guilt tripping him for, speaking up when he needs to, but that is something that should have been taken care of early in the relationship. If it was something that was bothering you from the jump, then it's going to continue to bother you. It's just that, that power will be tough to, switch back if you've been letting your chick, be rude to the server at the restaurant where y'all go out. You've been letting it happen for a year and a half, and now you want to start saying something like, yo, why are you going so hard on the servers? Like, the lemonade that we get never is too tart for you or it's too sweet. Like, the first meal that comes out, the steak is never prepared the way that you want to. You can't say that shit a year and a half. You gotta say it probably like maybe date 2.
Right.
Maybe date 2, because date 1 it's like, all right, like she kind of wilding out. I ain't got no, position, like she ain't my girl, like for me to really tell her. But yeah, it's gonna come a time it's like, yo, Cheyenne, like you just being too rude to the server. Like, he's serving our food here, and like he never brings you enough You know,
I say they won, AJ. They won right off the bat.
no, they won. I was trying to be nice and say they. I was trying to be nice and say they too.
Hey, I remember one time one of my exes she started out smacking, and it didn't really bother me too much. But one day I was like, she got to smacking on some chicken and shit. I was like, oh hell no, this shit can't keep on happening. You gonna have to check that, stop that smacking shit. There was just a point one time that I didn't check that shit at the door, and I should have.
AJ, you see why I say they won? You see why I say they won?
They won. Just get it knocked out.
They
Won.
knock it out day one, so that you can the rest of the time you won't have to worry about
right.
But so say if you see things later on in the relationship though.
Say what?
So say if it doesn't start off right off the bat, like say if there's a point in time in the relationship and she does something that you don't like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each time it's something.
Pull her aside, come like, hey, come here.
You got to
come here.
Hey, and let me ask a question to all the dudes out there, right? If you check your woman, whatever the reason may be, whatever the situation, right? What is the worst thing that can happen? She leave you? Does that mean your world is over? Does that mean you give up? Does that mean you throw in a towel? Nah, you just dust yourself off and keep it moving. But if the threat of her leaving is so big in your life that you act a certain way to prevent that, then you got a problem within yourself. And that's an insecurity that is going to build up that she can potentially use against you, or that'll cause you to self-destruct.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say this statement, and this is something I'm gonna preach to my sons as well. And it's my happiness is more important than any relationship that I'll ever be in. You know, really. And I'm saying this, you know, this year be 19 years married, and like that's still my mantra for myself. I love my wife and she makes me happy, but I'm responsible for my initial happiness, because if I'm not, that means that it would turn vampiric, and I would expect her to create the happiness in me that I need to have for myself. So guys need to think their happiness is most important. And if like whatever he said, you know, like, yo, baby, like you smacking too much. Like I can't enjoy dinner.
He went through having to listen to the smack, different things, food, popcorn, chips,
like chilling,
all that.
That chicken bone and that grill, I was like, oh hell no, that shit got to stop.
Yeah.
All that fucking smacking.
I would say another reason why men are scared to check women would probably be they don't want to start an argument. They feel like as soon as they say something to her, it's gonna probably be an argument.
Yeah.
Right, or she might be too emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just easier, you know, for guys to just say, you know what, let me just go ahead and grin and bear.
I feel like if it's something small, then I feel like sometimes certain things don't always have to be said. But now if it's something that's bothering you on a daily basis, then I feel like you should go on and be like, hey babe, I don't like this.
Yeah.
You know, and all she can do is really respect it. Like if she's, you know, she's really your partner and she wants, you know, for you guys to be open, then all she can really do is, accept what he's saying and then take it in and follow through.
Yeah, and there's a certain delivery though. There's a certain delivery as well. Like, you know, young women, y'all don't respond to, you know, a cat running rampant and just like coming volatile off in your face. It's like there's a delivery. Yeah, you know, based on your state and like the years that I've known you, like I know you be looking at a dude sideways if he came yelling, you know, in your face. Like it didn't have to be all that with you.
No, I don't.
I feel like tonality wise, yeah.
No, we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's always. I feel like you're in a relationship with somebody and you guys are going back and forth with each other, cussing each other out. that's not it. It's not the relationship for you. So you want to make sure you guys can both have a mature conversation, and you guys can both, tell each other what you guys need to tell each other.
No, we need a resolution.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, not raging fires and like waiting for
someone.
someone.
Ain't gonna be peaches and cream all the time.
Shit. Hell no. 58 years your aunt and uncle been married, that shit ain't all been bliss. I know those days it was like, man, I don't want to see her again. Certain days. But other days is, I love her. Like they remember why it was the first time, why they are where they are. They remember the first day.
And shit ain't gonna get said with love all the time, but that don't mean the person don't love you.
Yeah, you sure right. You sure right. Yeah.
Ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. All right, so where we going? We're going with. Are we hitting what? We hitting that? Where we going?
Let's do this top one.
All right. Want that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Hey, can men and women be friends? Can men and women be friends? Can they do it?
Friend, 'cause I'm still in love.
Bingo.
Big teddy bear. Wait a minute. No, that's not bingo. That's not bingo. Is it?
They already
No, yeah, right, yeah. That wasn't it wasn't based off of like we was together, 6-7 years, had a whole life. This is like Inception, right? This is man meets woman at a common place at a gym. Let's just say at a gym. They work out, they do 2-a-days, they always catch each other in the gyms, right? Early in the morning, then after work. Can that man and woman, can they be friends? Can they be friends? Like platonic friends? We're gonna make it specific to platonic friendships. Who wants to tap into that first? Can men and women be friends? Little sis has it. Go ahead, little sis has something to say.
At first, I would say, yeah. I feel like growing up, my teenage years, I put a lot of guys in the friend zone. And
Y'all good at that. Y'all love doing that shit.
I put a lot of guys in the friend zone. And, they were okay with it. There were some guys that were respectful, and then there's some guys that were like, I can't be your friend.
Yeah.
Which I respect, and I feel like if you be honest with me and you tell me that, you are attracted to me and you can't see me, outside of just us being, you want to be more, then I feel like I would say men and women. It depends on the relationship, though. If a man isn't attracted to that woman, then yes, he can be friends with her. But if it's an attraction, then you guys can't be friends because you guys are drawn to each other more than friends. So I feel like it really depends on the relationship and whether you guys are attracted to each other or not. If there's an attraction, then no, can't be friends.
So they're being specific with you saying attraction to each other. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's an attractive male and an attractive female. Because it's because there's two different, like they're like supremely attractive in their own right. That shit doesn't mean that it crosses over and the woman will view that man as her guy friend as attractive.
No, what if they both are attractive?
Yeah. Well, no, if they're separate, like if they're attractive, like in this specific instance.
Yeah, I got you.
It's just I find it tough. That's tough. I don't think men really. I don't think we have the meter of the. I never looked at her like that. Like I know I do.
Yeah.
Y'all got that shit mastered. I never looked at him like that.
I think we do. Well, I do. There's some women that I meet and like I never look in that certain light, and I never will look in that certain light. If not most women. My thing is, whenever you get to meet somebody and you get to know somebody, for whatever the situation may be, once you see the content of their character, that'll show you if that person is somebody that you want in your life or somebody that you don't want in your life. And so I think men, we do have that capability of looking at a woman and be like, you know, I only see her as a friend, or I don't see much of a future with her.
And
Just like how women.
oh, you saying it's equal? You saying more guys? More guys can be in a platonic relationship. They can be in it just as much as women.
No, I'm saying there's guys that see women that don't see women in a sexual light, or in an attractive light.
Yeah.
Even women who are attractive,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not necessarily looking at the woman on a physical level. They're looking at her on a mental level, like her character, her personality, her mannerisms, things that defines who she is on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
That is what will let a man know
if
she's even worthy of getting his time.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I really love your Prince Charming approach. Like men aren't like wolves out here, like National Geographic. So I mean, like, respect to you. Respect to you. I think it's more women that could like view platonic friendships more than men can do it. Because even if it's for like a slight moment, if a man and woman, like if they meet each other, even if it's for a slight moment, he's thinking about, I want to hear what it's like clapping them cheeks. Nope, it's not platonic no more. Now y'all can play the platonic, like it'd be a respect level, but like there's probably a reason why you had a friend zone so many guys. Is because like it was that many guys that was probably trying to get at you. And they didn't mind being the platonic friend, just like to be in reserve. Just in case.
Reserve, right?
Be in the reserve category, like, yo, I'm not, she's not looking at me like that, but, at least like we have a standing friendship. And guys don't mind staying in that reserved pool. In the case of.
But a lot of guys don't.
don't what?
They'll say, okay, we're gonna be friends, and then after
they
a while,
they flip. They didn't mean that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They was expecting you to change.
What do you think? They were trying to backdoor, but
What
do you think?
They were trying to backdoor.
I think they can be friends, male and female can be friends, yeah. Without, and it could be sexual.
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting. It could be a physical thought in the beginning, but it can grow to a friendship to where he don't even see her like that anymore. Because there's a few females that I know that I would, at the beginning, I looked at her like that. But now that
you got to know her personality, big homie.
I don't look at them like that.
Yep.
I can't look at them like
that.
Yeah.
That's respect.
The respect that they have for themselves won't allow me to look at them like that.
Yeah. Ashe on that. Ashe.
What do you think?
I think it's possible. I just don't think it's common. For men and women to be friends. But like I take into account like coworkers, like work relationships and things like that. Like, so I believe in that respect. But just like as simple as I gotta just make it simple as like a man and woman like being at a gym and like the pheromones is up, like in the gyms, like that's where the whole attraction really comes into play. You got the high activity, you got pheromones in the air, right? Like, somebody gonna slip, somebody gonna even think about slipping. But people, men and women can also be friends after they fuck too. Like, physical relationships, like, I've seen it happen where like that guy and that girl, or I don't know if it could be called platonic friendships anymore because y'all cross that path, but y'all still have a respect for each other and y'all still respect each other's boundaries. And, y'all don't act weirdo around each other, and like, not everybody knows. Don't nobody even know what's going on between y'all two. I've seen that happen. I've seen the success and the privacy of that. Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like the way I see it is like men, we don't play with our food. So
I don't see every woman as food, though. Every woman ain't.
Nah, we gotta finish this one out, dog. Go ahead, man.
All right, so basically saying, whenever we're like, one thing that my mentor kind of brought to light, TV shows like Martin, Friends, you know, all these TV shows that we grew up with, Living Single, where men and women hung out on a daily basis. That doesn't really reflect life. Now there are some certain circumstances where you'll have like groups of men and women that hang out, but for the most part, we're not always together as a group of men and women.
Okay.
And then two, the truth is not always being said between men and women.
Yeah.
So if it truly is like a friendship, like how people say, then women will tell men certain things that will benefit men that won't benefit women. And men will do the same. But both sides keep information from each other, you know, for their own reasons. And then two, in that situation, there's always one person, in my opinion, that is attracted to the other person and that wants more from that other person. And if the other person does or doesn't, then that'll determine the trajectory of that friendship. But I'm saying it'll be very rare for a man and a woman to be friends if they're attracted to each other, or
if both of them are attracted to each other.
Or
if it's one-sided,
or even if it's one-sided, because even if it's one-sided, they'll be looking for that opportunity to take it to that next level.
I think it would be more successful if it was one-sided. If the guy was attracted to the woman, because like she would like, she's used to holding guys at bay. You know what I mean? Like she's used to holding guys at bay, and like I know it's gotta be tough to be a woman, little sis. Like you gotta find out like who's filled with sugar, who's filled with shit, like who's genuinely like, you know, like enjoys talking to you, and then who's trying to get over on you. You know, who's trying to game you. You know what I mean? Like the filter that you have to go through, I know is insurmountable. You know, but I feel like it would be more success of a relationship like if it was in the respect of the guy wanting the woman, but like him respecting the fact like, nah, she ain't.
So,
because if a woman wants something, y'all can get relentless. Like, nope, I'm about to wait. Like it's on some like praying mantis type shit. Like I'm gonna wait till he slip. I'm gonna wait till he slip. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. Yo,
women do that.
What you got?
Also, what I was gonna say is, I feel like I would say women and men could be like friends, but probably like I would say more like if it was like at work, like if y'all see each other at work, hey, goodbye. But I feel like when you guys are friends and you guys are spending a lot of time with each other, then of course you guys are going to start to grow more attraction to each other. So I feel like in that aspect, I would say probably not. Like you guys
that's
are hanging
respectable.
with each other.
Shine, if you see your coworkers or your quote unquote friends at work, those are your coworkers. Those aren't people who you're actually going out.
Well,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And respectfully, I'm not saying that it can't, but most of the time we don't. And the people that we see at work, we respect, and we say hi, goodbye, and stuff, and it's cordial.
Yeah.
But most of the time, whenever you leave that job or you leave that site or whatever that school, you don't usually keep up with that person, and it's not out of disrespect to that person, but it's just people come into your life and they leave, and you gotta respect them for that time that they spent in your life.
Yeah, you in a whole new pool of people and employees.
And then, AJ, also this, I say this to the dudes who are attracted to a chick and who want her, but who aren't man enough to say it. Y'all know that y'all want to be with the chick, but y'all not saying nothing about it. So that shows that, for one, you're not man enough to speak on what you want and go about getting it. And two, you're full 100% you is not into that friendship because part of you wants something else that she doesn't. So I'm saying stop lying to yourself and just move on unless it's actually 100% plutonic. Like you don't see anything in that situation. So
I mean, like some guys know how to play in their position though, and like just be cool with that chick and like have a crush on her.
Accept crumbs.
And well, I mean, it couldn't be the accept crumbs if like he's appreciating the friendship out of her. If he's appreciating the friendship out of her just because he likes her energy, just like he can't imagine not talking to her, man.
You gotta be giving some type of energy. I'm talking about friendship energy.
Yeah, hell yeah. It wouldn't be no like she's not contacting you back and like you always telling her good, good morning or whatever. It's a back and forth. Like, yo, this what kind of day I'm having, and this what's going on with at work or whatever the case. Some guys gotta stay at bay, man. Come on, man. Not everybody has the wherewithal to have this certain game to, approach a woman.
Everybody has the capability of it, but not saying that.
Not the accountant guy. You know what I mean? Like
yes, he does.
Because the accountant is not gonna approach the woman. Like he's gonna be the friend zone guy.
The accountant dude, if you an accountant, you're not getting it. Just go talk to the woman you want to talk to, because once you get home and you start to regret it, you're gonna be like, dang, another one. So to break that cycle, just go talk to the woman you want to talk to. Stop waiting. Stop trying to backdoor your way into a woman's life, because they already know that you want them. So why sugarcoat and dance around?
Sometimes the sugar works. Sometimes.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes too, like a lot of men, like I don't know, I've seen a lot of shows, men sit back and be like, I really want her, but I'm gonna still support her in her other relationships and try to give her advice. And I feel like that's cheating. You cheating yourself.
I ain't finna do that.
Yeah, you cheating yourself. So I feel like if you really, really like this woman, then you should be upfront and honest with her. And if she tells you no, then I feel like you should move on.
Live with the consequence and accept the rejection.
There's no point of waiting years and years to be with a woman that probably won't give you a chance.
Yeah.
So.
And didn't even look at you like that.
Right.
She never even looked at you like that. Yeah.
Now she might have if you spoke up. If you might have manned up and like, hey, I like you.
Well, not all men are prone to rejection though. Not all men are prone to rejection.
Hey,
yo, we're gonna at the top. Yeah.
The ahead. Friend zone is a spot where a lot of men have built real estate, built houses, built lives in the friend zone, and they're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Even though they know they really don't want to be there. So.
It's as close as they can get.
Better to speak your mind, get rejected and move on, than to wait for the sun, the moon, the earth to all align for that right opportunity, because it's not going to happen.
Wait for the sun to set in the north and...
Facts. Speak your mind. 74 degrees north, 33 degrees southwest, all that. Nah, bro.
Yo, speak your mind to get peace of mind. And, accept the rejection. Like, if you speaking, out of your heart, if you standing on your square, like, hey, I'm interested in you. I like to become more than friends, and she respectfully declines, and she's not a bitch. She's not. Yeah, she's not insensitive or cold-hearted. She wasn't throwing you mixed signals. She never told you that she was interested. Yeah, she was just a good friend to you. Yeah, accept rejection, young bloods. It's okay. The more times it happens when we're younger being rejected, it won't hurt as much in your formative years and growing up. You just accept it for where it is. But, don't get off of your square.
Don't get in your feelings.
Rejected in 1 second and be over here getting rejected again the next second.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like, too, with, women, I feel like we go off people, body language and the conversation. We know when a man is into us. So I feel like a man should look at that as well. He shouldn't just look at her and be like, oh, okay, I like her, but you should still have some type of thought in your mind, I believe she likes me too. So that's how I base, whether if I'm going to talk to someone, I would know that they have some kind of interest in me before I even pursue something.
Men, not men, but most of these dudes are clueless. Most of these males are clueless. So they have no idea what cues women give. They have no idea what body language. They don't pick up on mannerisms. They're very useless. And it's sad to say, but a lot of dudes that like have not picked up on these things that women do that would help them put them in a good position. So because they don't, they continue to make these same mistakes. So
Gotta learn.
Gotta learn. Where we at? Who's gonna?
Yeah,
We gotta.
for you too.
That's it for me too. All right, yo. All right, we about to wrap it up. We had a couple other subjects that we wanted to tap on, but we're gonna have to tap on that on the next one. Like the things about this content doesn't have any expiration date, so and I think we're gonna tap into what you talk about on the next one
The
for
next
sure.
one, okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
for sure. Does anybody
Start
have
off
any?
with yours.
Yeah, yeah. Ladies first, always. New one mentality, right? But it's all encompassed. New mentality, new one mentality. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Woman. That's where you came from. That's where you came from, right here.
Hey, well, we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. Yo, new mentality. Which episode is it? 8?
This is
9?
episode 10, bro.
Episode 10?
Yes, sir.
10.
Yo, that's
10 in.
yeah. It was done. You know, one at a time, premeditated, not fabricated, and never duplicated.
Never.
Yo, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
For real.
Peace.
Shout out.
Yeah. We're getting better and better, y'all.
Yeah. Yo, AJ, how many times